Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be going over the midpoint formula just real quick. So let me get to my whiteboard and we'll get started. Okay, so the midpoint formula. The midpoint formula is just the halfway point between two coordinate pairs. Okay? So I like to think of it as halfway point, and we already know how to find the halfway point in something. All right? When we find the halfway point in numbers, like let's say I have a set of numbers. Okay, here are my set of numbers. There are different measures of center, but one of the most common measures of center is average. Okay, that is where we add up all the numbers and we divide by the amount of numbers that we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I would do that and I would find the average of my data set. The same thing is true with the midpoint. Okay, so let me show you how this works. When I'm finding the midpoint of 2 points, like let's say I have 2, 3 and I have -1, 5. Okay, so 2, 3 and -1, 5. We are literally finding the point in the center of these two numbers. Okay, in order to do that, I need to find the average of my x values and the average of my y values. Okay, and so they come up with this formula, and all it is average. All you're doing is the same thing you would be doing finding the average of a data set. And what it is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, because I have 2 data points. So to find the middle of the 2 data points, I have to divide by 2. And y1 plus y2 divided by 2 for the same exact reason. So it doesn't matter which ones are my y's, which ones are my 2's. Just remember that that is an organizational tool. It's not meant to trick you. It's not meant to say it has to be this point, has to be the first point they give you, has to be the second point they give you. If you're not very good at negatives, you can manipulate it so you don't get double negatives. You have to be consistent and organized. Okay, that's all it means. Whatever you decide to be your point 1, both x and y have to be 1s. And whatever you decide to be your point 2, both x and y have to be point 2. But you can flip-flop that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my x values and my y values. Don't know why I put parentheses around that, but it's not necessarily wrong. So I'm going to go with it. All right, 2 plus a -1 is a 1. And 3 plus 8 over 2, 8 over 2 is going to give me 4. Now I want to go back and see common sense. Now remember, graphing is an art, not a science, so it might not be perfect. But if I go and I try to find the middle of this line, yeah, it's very close to 0 and it's very close to 4. Okay, so I'm going to accept this 1/2 and 4 as the answer. So big picture here. The midpoint is just the average of the x values and the average of the y values, okay? That's all it is. To find the middle of a set of data, to find a middle in between 2 points, all you do is add the points and divide by 2, just like you would with finding average of a data set. All right, I hope that helped you out. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything else you would like me to do for you.